it became clear in the first months of 2020 that the COVID-19 crisis was going to majorly shape the way that Europeans think about their societies and governments, but also the world around them and how Europe connects with it, we decided at ECFR to carry out a major pan-European study to understand this impact. In late April this year, we surveyed 9 EU member states, covering 2/3 of the EU's population and GDP, and over 11,000 respondents, in order to ask a set of questions about the European project and the world. Here are the 5 key insights from that process. There is a strong sense of disappointment with the EU institutions and particularly their performance in handling the pandemic. There was strong disagreement with the idea that the European Union had lived up to its responsibilities in almost all member states. And perhaps even more worryingly, 47% of those polled felt that the EU had actually been irrelevant on the crisis, on a different question. There is a resilient sense that there is a need for more EU cooperation. When we asked how the crisis had changed people's perceptions of the EU, there were majorities in every member state which felt that this crisis had shown a need for greater European cooperation rather than that EU integration had gone too far. The transatlantic ties are broken, with perceptions of the US as an ally and an actor plummeting across Europe. Majorities in every member state except Italy, Poland and Bulgaria, where there are still large minorities, say their opinion of the US has worsened during the crisis. And the number of respondents in this year's survey who felt the US had been a key ally for their country in this crisis were vanishingly small, with Italy the largest answer at just 6%. Perceptions of China and Russia have also dropped among almost all voter groups and almost all countries. COVID-19 has impacted different countries and groups in different ways. And these different groups need to be approached by European leaders in different ways. But despite diverging experiences of the corona crisis, there are real opportunities to build concrete policies around common concerns and reconstruct a permissive consensus for the European project. The corona crisis has sensitized European voters to the need to be prepared for the next crisis. Support for more attention to be paid to tackling climate change has grown everywhere, as high as 60% in Spain, with those who have grown more supportive outstripping those who are less so in every country we covered. However, they also want the EU to put in place better tools for the next crisis, stronger borders so we can have more control when we need to next time a crisis comes around, but also taking advantage of economies of scale in the response. When we asked how Europe should change after this crisis, the top answers were cooperation on global challenges, sharing the financial burden, control of borders, but also building economic sovereignty. In Germany and France in particular, there were strong reported increases in support for businesses being encouraged to bring production back to Europe, over 50% in both the EU's 2 largest member states regarding medical supplies, and around 40% for both in non-medical supplies.